time it is? It is Ravnica Allegiance time. The second half of the new two-part Ravnica sort of block here in Magic the Gathering. This is, of course, you know it, I know it, a Ravnica Allegiance box opening for Jaff Comics here in the Palmer Park Mall. We are going to pop open this box, and let me tell you, it has been, well, I can't say it's been a long time since I've been this excited for a set of Magic, because I was real excited for Guilds too, but this is a special one. Ravnica, of course, has a special place in the heart of so many Magic players, myself included. It's where I got my start in the game. And without further ado, let's get it started. You can see that these cards are, unlike the Master sets, in non-tabbed booster wraps, so they're a little harder to open. We'll go through a couple of the commons here real quick. Thought Collapse, Rubble Belt Runner, can't be blocked by tokens, getting in there on your Celestia friends. 10th District Veteran with a face that is picking up the face tracking on my camera. Undercity Scavenger, Sagittarius Volley, that's a very cool one, I like that art. Aeromunculus, flying and adapt 1, adapt of course being the new Simic mechanic. Goblin Gathering, create a number of 1/1 red goblins equal to 2, plus the number of goblin gatherings in your graveyard. Senate Griffin, Catacomb Crocodile, Clamor Shaman is our first uncommon. Our second uncommon is, of course, one of these dual cards. There are 2 for each guild. We have Depose and Deploy, the uncommon Azorius. We have the Simic, Incubation and Incongruity. Lavinia, Azorius Renegade, is our first rare. She is legendary. She is the head of the Azorius Guild. And a foil here in our first pack, the Concordia Pegasus, 1/3 flyer for 2. It's decent enough. And of course, the land is a gate in all of these decks. Surprisingly enough, 4-color gates is sort of a thing in Standard. They tried to push that in the last Ravnica set, and it didn't really work, and it seems to have the pieces that it needs. Got a little bit of pack damage on this Thirsting Shade, thankfully just a common. Skitter Eel, again, really nice art. And a lot of these new Simic cards have just the best creature types. That's a Fish Crab. Debtor's Transport, Orzhov Locket, of course, we have the other 5 lockets in the set. Frenzied Airings, the Gruul Locket, Wrecking Beast, Ministrant of Obligation. Again, these cards have just the most beautiful artwork. Cavalcade of Calamity, one of my favorite names in the set. Knight of the Last Breath, and a Hollowed Fountain, our first shock land of the box. This is the Azorius Shockland, a very good one, especially with Jeskai still running rampant in the control spheres. A very good pool out of for our first high-value card. Alright, pack number 3. We'll go a little bit more quickly through all of our commons. We've got a Rhythm of the Wild. That's actually a Gruul card. Rhythm made me think it would be Rakdos. Solana Wayfinder. Orzhov Enforcer. And a Nikia of the Old Ways. Another legendary creature. Centaur Druid. You cannot cast non-creature spells whenever you tap a land for mana. Whenever you tap a land for Lana, add 1 mana of any type that land produced. So you get a little bit of Gruul ramping. A foil. Forgive me if this is wrong, because, oh yeah, there's an M now. I am colorblind, I can't quite tell. That is a foil mythic with Skargan Hellkite. That is the Riotous Dragon, Riot, Flying, all that good stuff. We'll put him over here with the Hollowed Fountain. And of course we get a Rakdos Guildgate and our Illusion token. This box has already been very kind to us. Go real quick through our comments. Law Mage's Binding is this set's pacifism. Orzhov Racketeers, Biogenic Upgrade, Code of Constraint, and a Cinder Vines. Simic Guildgate and a Zombie. Excuse me. Coming down with a little bit of something, but I'm too excited for Allegiance to let this wait any longer. Wow, that guy is really happy to see you. Scorch Mark. A decent little bit of removal. Deface. Man, as I'm becoming more and more acquainted with other card games, I'm starting to appreciate the simplicity of the names in Magic the Gathering. Got a Windstorm Drake. Frilled Mystic, our first of the XXYY cycle. When it enters the battlefield, counter target spell. A Combine Guild Mage. We've got a very good Simic pack here. And the Angel of Grace. That is an excellent card, one that I was very excited to see in this set. Flash flying 5/4 for 5. When Angel of Grace enters the battlefield, until the end of the turn, damage that would reduce your life total to less than 1, reduces it to 1 instead. And then for 6, Angel of Grace is exiled from your graveyard, and your life total becomes 10. We'll set you over there in a place of honor. Can't wait to see what that card does in Commander. Rubble Slinger, Undercity's Embrace. Like I said, we're all very familiar with what the commons in this set do. We got a Vindictive Vampire, Regenesis, Spirit of the Spires, and a Tessia. Hello there, Tessia. This is, of course, the leader of the Orzhov. If a creature dying causes a triggered ability of a permanent you control the trigger, it triggers a second time, and all creature tokens you control have Vigilance and Lifelink. This is a card I'm very excited to build around in Commander, especially with the new Orzhov activated, or not activated, triggered ability on death. Create a 1/1 flying creature token. She doubles all of those. She is quite a fun card. Concordia Pegasus. Spear Spewer. I like him. Rakdos. We have a Gateway Plaza, just like before. Debtor's Transport. We've got our first Simic Locket. Again, these lockets have just the most beautiful artwork. Angelic Exaltation. Whenever a creature you control attacks alone, it gets +X/+X, where X is the number of creatures you control. Go very tall as a benefit for going very wide. This is something they're doing a lot in this set that I'm a big fan of. They're printing new cards that not only work well with the cards in the current set, but also work well with cards printed in Guilds of Ravnica. This could fit into a Selesnya token deck very well. A Sphinx of New Prav. Spells your opponents cast that target the Sphinx cost 2 more. Clan Guild Mage. And a Captive Audience. This is another really beautiful card. One of my personal favorites in the set. Enters the battlefield under the control of opponent of your choice at the beginning of your opponent's upkeep. It says your, it's a little strange, but it does affect whoever you give it to. Their life total becomes 4, they discard their hand, or each opponent creates 5 2/2 black zombie creature tokens. Let me tell you, I am a huge fan of the Rakdos flavor in this set. They've got this sort of circusy, like showman's vibe that I'm a real big fan of. All right, High Alert. Each creature you control assigns combat damage equal to its toughness rather than its power. Creatures you control can attack as though they didn't have Defender. Just got Arcades on an enchantment. Very nice. Clan Guild Mage, Wilderness Reclamation, and a Verity Circle. Whenever a creature your opponent controls becomes tapped, if it isn't being declared as an attacker, draw a card. It's a little bit of sideboard Convoke Hate. We will go back to the uncommons. Gate Colossus, one of the cards that is making gates actually work in Standard. Cavalcade of Calamity, Forbidding Spirit, and a Pestilent Spirit. Menace and Death Touch. Instant sorceries you control have Death Touch. Man, this pack is... this part is stuck to it. It's hard to open it. There we go. Alright, we'll move on a little more quickly now that we're in the zone. We've got a foil. You can see it. I'm not sure what it is, but I can see the foiling. A Senate Guildmage, a Gatebreaker Ram, a Rumbling Ruin, a Theater of Horrors, and our foil is an Aeromunculus. Man, I'm still I still can't believe we got that foil Skarg and Hellkite. Not only is it fun to say, it's a very good card. Alright. Screaming Shield, one of my personal favorite colorless cards ever printed, just because of the idea of a shield that screams at you. Flames of the Razeboar, Terramander, and a Growth Chamber Guardian. Another very good card. Adapt 2, something, something, whenever you get +1/+1 counters, search your library for another Growth Chamber Guardian, reveal it, put it in your hand, searches for itself, comes out even stronger. And then you can pay more mana to repeat the cycle. Alright, back to our uncommons. Rally to Battle, Sphinx of New Prov, Sphinx of the Guild Pact. Sphinx of the Guild Pact is all colors. And a Stomping Ground! There we go, a second Shockland from the box. That is, of course, the Gruul-colored Shockland, Stompland. We'll put that back there with its cousin, the Hallowed Fountain. Act of Treason, seeing a reintroduction to Standard. Eyes Everywhere. Dovin's Acuity, of course, Dovin Bond being the new Planeswalker of the set. Scrabbling Claws. And Raise Forerunners. Vigilance, Trample, Haste. Enters the battlefield, creatures you control, +2/+2, Vigilance and Trample. Very good card. Summit Guildgate, and a Treasure. Alright, so I'm going to make sure we're not missing any commons, or uncommons. Escape-Winged Spy, Hack Robat, one of my favorite card names in the set. Tower Defense, a very popular genre of video game. And a Blood Crypt, Rakdos, that is 3 of the 5 Shocklands in one box. Man, Ravnica Allegiance, very good set, is being very kind to us today. Slimebind, what a good card. Skewer the Critics, seeing a lot of play in Standard. Clear the Stage, Rakdos Firewheeler. Of course, this was the open house promo with alternate art. I quite like the regular art as well, though. Code of Constraint, and Warrant and Warden. You can see that being very useful in Limited. Especially the way that all of these double-faced or double-sided dual cards give you a lot of flexibility with your deck building. Sort of gives you a 2-for-1 in one slot. All right, next one up, Daggercaster. Oh, Frilled Mystic, Blood Mist Infiltrator. And the rare Simic dual card, Repudiate and Replicate. Counter target activated or triggered ability. That is an interesting thing to be able to counter. It's not something you see too often. And we get a Replicate, create a token that is a copy of target creature you control. Not the best ability, but it's only 3, and it comes with a Repudiate stapled to it, so I think that will see some play. Of course, clone effects, like create a token copy of a creature you control, are always better when you can copy any card rather than just one that you control, but we'll take what we can get. Shark Toe Crab, possibly the coolest card ever printed, because it's a Shark Toe Crab. What can I say? Spire Mangler. We need a Carnival Carnage. And Biomancer's Familiar, and a foil consigned to the pit. We'll put that foil over here. Biomancer's Familiar. Excuse me. Alright, still looking for the Jellyfish Hydra Beast that everyone fell in love with. Hopefully we'll see one of those before the packs are gone. Light up the stage, drill bit, a Collision Colossus, and an Ethereal Absolution. I wouldn't say no to a Prime Speaker Vanifar either. Come on, I know you can hear me, Box. You can give me the cards that I'm asking for. Please. Basilica Bellhaunt, Bankrupt in Blood, again, another Seb McKinnon art that everyone, including myself, has just fallen in love with. Tin Street Dodger, and a Thrash and Threat. Oh, I thought we had a foil. Man, I gotta be careful, I'm punching my camera. A Pitiless Pontiff, Forbidding Spirit, a Cult Guild Mage, and a Godless Shrine. Well, that is 4 of the 5 Shocklands in one box, and that was a really good set of cards for Orzhov. We'll just put you over there with your cousins. Hopefully we can finish the cycle before the box is complete. Yeah, it sounds like someone just slammed into the wall on the other side of the room. Mortify, destroy target creature or enchantment. Syndicate Guild Mage, Tin Street Dodger, and Dovin the Grand Arbiter. Our first Planeswalker of the box. Everyone's favorite blue-faced Azorius friend. Look at those abilities. Create a 1/1 Thopter artifact, creature token with flying, gain a life. What an excellent guy. Again, just like the last set, the art even on the commons is just so fantastic in this set. Another Screaming Shield, a Windstorm Drake, Sky Tether, and an Incubation Druid. Man, the only thing that would have made that Dovin pull better is if I sold something on eBay and just happened to have the cha-ching sound go off exactly when I opened it. Consecrate and Consume, Trollbred Guardian, Swirling Torrent, and a Tithe Taker. There's that Afterlife one I was talking about, giving us a little bit of a taxing effect in Standard. As a Legacy Death and Taxes player myself, I can't say that I am complaining. Archway Angel, Cry of Carnarium, Gates Ablaze, and a Sphinx of Foresight. Man, I'm so used to the Masters packs with just a little tab on the top. These are a little harder to open than I'm used to. There's already a Skyguard and a Revival Revenge. All right, we're about halfway done with the box. We've seen enough commons and uncommons now that we will kick it up a notch. Smelt Ward Ignis and an Electro Dominance. An excellent card that is going to fit into so many places in the current standard metagame and possibly even see some modern play. Nope, we've got another foil in here. Wilderness Reclamation. Rakdos the Showstopper, of course, the demon that the Rakdos worships and is named after, and a foil Clear the Mind, with some foiling in the eyes for good measure. At Rakdos the Showstopper. Alright, we've got a Bedeck and Bedazzle. And there's a foil Rakdos Firewheeler. So now we've got all three kinds of Rakdos Firewheeler, including the open house promo. If you want to get all of your different prints of Rakdos Firewheeler looking different. High Alert, Biogenic Upgrade, Combine Guild Mage, and a Gutterbones, a Skeleton Warrior. And hello, my good friend. That is a foil Stomping Ground. It is not the fifth of the cycle of Shocklands that we were hoping for, but it is a foil Shockland. So I am not going to complain about that one. You will never hear me upset about opening a foil Stomping Ground. Alright, let's get on back. We have a Drone Controller, an Essence Capture, Spawn of Mayhem, and a Thopter. Looks like 6 packs left. I don't know what else we could ask for out of this box. I mean, personally, I would like to Simic Ascendancy myself, but this box has already been so kind to us. I don't know if I can, in good faith, even ask for anything else. Fireblade Artist and a Gruul Spellbreaker. Oh, we'll put him over there. Applied Biomancy is one of my favorite card names in the set. Regenesis, Spirit of the Spires, and a Bedevil. Another card that is seeing a whole lot of play right now, as it can destroy an artifact, creature, or a Planeswalker. Not a whole lot of cards out there that just straight up say destroy a Planeswalker. We've got a Font of Agonies. I don't know how much play this is going to see, but it is absolutely one of my favorite concepts for a card in the entire set. It almost seems like something out of Dark Souls. Coral Commando. Orzhov Enforcer. Incubation Incongruity. Box, you're just doing everything I ask for, aren't you? I will take that Simic Ascendancy all day, every day. I want to thank you, Ravnica Allegiance, for this excellent first box opening. I knew that that this set was going to be good, but I didn't know it was going to treat us this well. A Rix Mahdi Reveler with, again, more excellent artwork. And our last pack, see if we can't grab ourselves the Jellyfish Hydra Beast, our Hydroid Krasis out of the last pack. I think he gets the point. Rally the Battle, Sphinx of the Guild Pack, Macabre Mockery, and a Smothering Tithe is our last card in the pack. So, out of 36 booster packs, I would say that we have done exceedingly well. In fact, so well that all the cards I was setting aside have fallen over. We've got one of my favorite cards in the set, Simic Ascendancy. Font of Agonies, Bedevil, a couple of good foils, a Rakdos the Showstopper, very popular Commander brew right now, Electro Dominance, finally getting that red X red spell, getting a Tithe Taker, Incubation Druid, I think we actually got 2 of those. Of course, we have our blue man himself, Dovin, Ethereal Absolution, Biomancer's Familiar, more of these cool dual cards, a Growth Chamber Guardian, a Captive Audience, a Tessia Karlov, Angel of Grace, the excellent foiled Skargan Hellkite, and then our set of 5 Shocklands in Godless Shrine, Blood Crypt, Hallowed Fountain, Stomping Ground, and a foiled Stomping Ground. That was an excellent box opening, and I cannot wait to see what the future of this set holds in later boxes, in later drafts, in later tournaments. I have not been this excited for a set of Magic in a very long time. Well, thank you for watching our Ravnica Allegiance box opening. This is Jaff Comics, and you can find us here in the Palmer Park Mall in Easton, Pennsylvania, or on TCG Player at jaffcomics.com/games or jaffcomics.tcgplayerpro.com. Thanks for watching.